Well, welcome to one of our absolute incredible testimonials. Partner Co has so many quality products that reduce inflammation, promote better sleep, more energy, balance hormones, no medical claims, but the physical transformation of weight loss is the one that's very visible. And Popo Leboy, this before and after transformation is just incredible. Could you tell us about it?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Yeah, there's so much to be said, really, so much to be said. So that's why I have some notes. I have some notes this morning. So I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to miss anything because the story is still evolving. I'm still taking the drops. I'm still taking the advantage. Different goals right now. Well, I actually really got serious with the drops last year at the end of February. When I came back from Destin, that's really when I got serious on the drops. And so I'm just going to go really, really quickly. I was at over 300 pounds and taking blood pressure medication, waking up every morning with different aches and pains. I would have my feet that would hurt, my ankles would hurt. I would have chest pains, once in a while, really strange headaches and things like that. So that was my life. And it's been like that most of my adult life. I've been, just a big guy. I always knew that I was naturally a light heavyweight, or maybe like in boxing, they would say a super middleweight or something like that, but a slim man. That's when, that's where the whole thing with the slim man came from. I always knew I was naturally a slim man and just tall. But if you looked at me the way I was, most people would just think that I was just a natural, big guy, when it wasn't the case. So I'm just happy that I'm back to the way God has designed me. So I got serious with the drops end of February. I really focused on drops and Advantage, and I was also taking the noni juice as just a general health foundation. But the core was really drops and Advantage. So by September, just by PXP Dallas, I had lost already like 100 pounds, like more than 100 pounds. So I went from over 300 pounds to losing more than 100 pounds by September. And then the pant size used to be 44. And so now my waist is down to 30. So just imagine, I used to go shop at the big and tall stores where they had, clothes for giants. And and now it's 30 waist, from double X or triple X in terms of t-shirt sizes, now to medium or small. This is the small that I'm wearing today. This is a small that I bought in Dallas. So, and it fits me just perfectly, and it's even loose now. So it's just amazing. And no blood pressure medication as well. So that's completely gone. Just imagine that I've taken blood pressure medication for like 20 years. And the doctors told me that I was stuck with medications for life. That, once you had high blood pressure, that was it. You were stuck, done for life. Another doctor even told me that that I would never lose weight and things like that, because people say that, but it never happens. So yeah. So it's really a new life. And so what I've been working on since the 100-pound range, and I'm still not done, was now to work on firming up the body. That's really what I've been working on, where I got to the point where my psychology completely changed. Like, I'm a new man. This is a new life. This is like a new lease on life. When I say a new lease, it's like, there was a clause, that I couldn't have a regular life. I had to take this medication. I was bound to medication. So this is really like a new lease on life, because that clause is lifted. No more medication, no more pains, no more everything that was retaining me. And I'm completely a different man. I think differently. I dream differently. I see possibilities like in a different way. I became so much more creative. That's why my social media exploded. It's exploding, actually, because the story of this transformation really became something that I didn't even expect. And now I've always been raised by God to be sorry, I'm just so excited, in the motivational speakers, realm, that God gave me that gift, but I never knew that my own transformation story would be like a foundation of how I'm building on a new message, of a hope, a message of destiny, because I feel that our bodies are the carriers of our destinies. Nobody, no destiny. Nobody, no future. And God has put in us, if you read on Jeremiah 1:5, that even before we were in the wombs of our mom, he knew us. He has ordained us already. So I feel that anything that has to do with future and destiny and purpose, it starts with your health. Because nobody, no possibilities. Everything dies. They say the cemeteries are the most wealthy place in the world because people die with their ideas, inventions, books never written, movies never produced, and things like that. So we have a great opportunities with the products we have to really change that. So that's kind of where I'm at. So the pictures that you see there, the one on the right side with the punching bag. I mean, I could have never imagined that the abs, like I've never seen my abs. We all have abs, but some of us, never see it or will never see it. But it's just a fascination for me now to see that. Wow, you look at the type of body I had and the type of body I have now, and I'm still working on it. I really want to have an athletic body, like the type of body where when you look at me, it would be the same as a professional athlete performing all the time. So that's kind of my story in a nutshell. And the way I got to this point is really a zero compromise philosophy, really. Zero compromise days. Like it doesn't matter if I'm traveling with the family, if we're in the food court, I'll make sure to find some grilled chicken and not just a breaded chicken or the chicken sandwich. I'll make sure to find a salad or grilled chicken. So I stick with the food plan. I never slipped. I don't slip. It doesn't matter where I am. If I'm traveling, if I'm at the airport, I stick to whatever will be as close as possible to the food plan. And the other thing that also helped me is the long-term perspective. So zero compromise and long-term perspective. These are the two core elements that is keeping me going. And I'm not done. I'm still taking the products. And I remember how one thing that also helped me, I heard Todd Rowland say in one of the Zooms that we were not limited to taking the drops 3 times a day. Depending on your body size, you can go more. He didn't need to say that twice. I heard it. I'm like, oh, okay, I know what to do now. I started to take the drops now more than 3 times a day. I gave my body like a momentum, an ongoing momentum with the drops. It's also something that really changed how my body started to drop the weight and being transformed. So yeah, I'm amazed to see the musculature just growing with no gym. Just that, So thank you so much once again for the opportunity to share the story. There's so much to be said, but that's as far as I can go. I know that I'm limited with time. Thank you so much.
Popo, that is amazing. And I just want to point out to everybody that, our drops are a system, not a miracle. And that being a former coach, when you start a new season off at any level, high school, college, or football, everybody wants to be the champion. Everybody does. But not everybody's willing to do what it takes to be the champion. That's the reason there's only one at the end of every year. So if a person is here this morning and you want to do what Popo did, and that's totally transform your health, your weight, your appearance, come off of medications, no health claims, but if you give the body what it needs, it really is a miraculous system that God created. Then I would encourage you, if you're on the day and night drops in Canada or the homeopathic drops here in the States, go read your direction booklet. Are you drinking enough water? Are you doing what Popo just said he was doing? Are you eating 100% from that approved food list? We don't have to count calories if you eat from that list because it doesn't spike insulin, which is your storage mechanism that creates the fat cells and makes them get bigger and bigger. So it is possible if you're willing. It is generally not possible if you're not willing. So, and I encourage anybody that's doing this more for business, don't ever mislead people. Like these drops are not going to override 2 large pizzas and a case of beer. It's just not going to happen. You have to make dietary changes, but the drops help your body do that. It changes your desires, your taste buds, and you can absolutely go change your life if you choose. Thank you, Popo. Amazing.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you.